apparent dream that's happening to no one. No one has gone to sleep, so no one will wake up. But you're not the one that's dreaming. You are the dream. So there's no individual dreamer. That's why when it's seen that it's a dream, there's this kind of like wowness. I'm like, oh wow, it's always been a dream. Holy crap, it's so ordinary. It's extraordinarily ordinary because it's just a freaking dream. And no one's ever been here like a dream, an illusion. And it's so clear, it's so stunningly clear that everything that I've thought, oh, my life is falling apart, doesn't really happen because the moment it happens, it unhappens like a dream. The moment it appears, it disappears like a dream. It's so perfectly clear and it's so freaking obvious. It's the lighting. It's it's the bearding. Nothing is happening because it's not happening to anyone. There's no one. There's never been anyone. That's why it's pure and innocent. Who's evil and who's good in a dream? No one. It's all ideas. Even if someone gets murdered in a dream, it doesn't really happen. It's a dream. No one really gets hurt. I see that you're getting really enlightened there. Do you see your own screen? It's getting so enlightened. So no one gets enlightened in a
Yeah.
dream because it's a dream. Sorry, what were you saying?
I knew I was going to get something from this call.
You're going to get what?
I knew I was going to get something from this call. I'm enlightened.
Well, no one got enlightened because everything is already enlightened. It's an enlightened dream.
That's amazing.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it stunning? Is there seeing now?
Yeah.
You're seeing now, right? Has there been an Ian?
Yes.
No, right? There's no Ian here. It's just a dream. It's just an idea. Are you looking around like a crazy guy now? Like, this is stunning. Wow, huh?
Well, yeah, it is all brighter now.
I know. It's always been this way, bro.
Like shimmering.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Isn't it awesome? I know my good looks always work, you know, it just always happens. I'm just kidding. But yeah, isn't it so bright and beautiful and stunning and obvious?
Even the body's like shimmering now as well.
Yeah,
Feels like it's,
yeah.
well, there's not that there seems like there's not any boundary now. It's like
There's no boundaries.
it's just shimmering everywhere.
Yes, because it's emptiness. It's all emptiness. Like a dream, and dreams are empty. It's just, this is just emptiness speaking to emptiness. Actually, there's no one speaking at all, but have so many videos like this now. The last person said, "Is there an Emerson dead club?" I'm like, "Never. There's no Emerson. It's just a dead club. This is death. This is what you've been looking for. It's emptiness. There's no one here." It's so funny when you came in, you were telling me this heavy story. That's just a story. You're like, yeah, I've been just, I'm like, did you just plagiarize this story? It's unreal. Everything is the unreal appearing as real. And it's so freaking obvious. It's always like this. So it's like looking around. It's like someone. Isn't that crazy?
It's like everything's a bit more direct now. It's like
Yeah.
it's more instant.
It is instant. Wow.
Yeah, everything's like wow now.
Yeah. It's wow. Yeah.
Everything just looks more stunning.
It is stunning.
Fuck. Wow, man.
Wow. Isn't that wow? Yeah. It's always been this way. It's always this way. For no one. What a relief it is, huh? This is home. Welcome back. Well, you never left.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, walking around is really trippy. Looking at the trees. I don't know where you are,
Yeah.
looking at the
2
trees.
seconds. Just in the kitchen, just 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the body feels so different. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's just like a tingly sensation all over.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pause this now, Ian. It's so beautiful.
It is. It is. Everything's so stunning. Even like the ordinary stuff that I wouldn't have noticed in the past. It's like even
Yeah.
the scratches on the worktops. Like,
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen some of my interviews. I'm
well,
like,
I'm never gonna dust again.
it's Yeah, that's what I said. I saw a dust, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, there's dust in eternity? There's dust in infinity? I was just so shocked because it's perfect. The smallest dust is perfect.
Yeah.
And the lights, right? The lights. Look like the lights are shimmering and bright and and this doesn't really require an understanding. This is like the letting go of all knowing because there's no knower. And it's just this brilliance that doesn't have
Just what
any,
it is.
yeah, just this brilliance. And
Even the shadows.
it's beautiful too, huh? This
Yeah,
is,
something
isn't it
about
so
man.
unexpected? This is so unexpected. It's just ordinary, but it's stunningly ordinary and it's beautiful and it's clear.
Contentment.
What's that? What'd you say?
It's like
Sorry?
contentment.
This is contentment.
It's
Yeah.
it's contentment.
It is contentment because there's no more desire that needs to be, you know, you might want to eat something later, but it's just what's happening. It's not owned by anyone. This doesn't have any owners. This is complete and perfect. This is fullness. This is empty fullness. Contentment. This is the peace that passes all understanding. This is peacefulness already. And no one did this.
Who?
No one. That's right, exactly who? Craziness, huh? It's so obvious. It's always been this way. This has never left. This is always this way. It's nuts. Epic.
Man, you're amazing.
Oh, you too, man. You're amazing. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna pause this.
Emerson, how's it going, man?
How you doing?
Hey, man. Good now.
How's it been?
um, yeah, the story's fucking wreaked havoc, man.
It's just a story though, right? So it appears, but it's seen as a story. Not for anyone though, right? It's anything that everything and anything that you can think of, everything that arises is a story.
That is seen.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be a blissful story. A story can be horrific. A
It's like a
story.
fucking, it's like a fucking atomic bomb's gone off.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's no one filtering that anymore, right? It's just what's happening.
Mm.
And it's hilarious. Because you see that there's a preference sometimes with the good stories, but not the atomic bomb
Oh,
stories,
hell
right?
yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And so even the preference is also the story. So everything is. because
It
there's
is
no one really
true, true.
preferring this or that. So it's just appearing as a preference, but the preference is also a story. So everything that you can come up, everything that rises, everything that disappears or whatever is a story. It's a concept. So what's being expressed here is the seeing that it's just all stories. So who cares if the character cries? Who cares if the character? It's just a story. Do you know what I mean? That's what unconditional freedom is. It's not, that's why a lot of people, they have this romanticized idea of what this apparently is. The apparent idea is that shimmering kind of like thing all the time. It's not like that. It's the dropping and the seeing that it's like this is all emptiness. That's what's seen. But everything is also emptiness, including the apparent, chaos,
Mm.
including the anarchy, because no one knows what's next because there's no one here. But as this apparent, in the story as well, there seems to be an oscillation. I think I was telling you about that. That there's this kind of like, but that's also the story. Oscillation is also a story. So it's seen completely, there's no one, but it's like, you explain it. But it also appears and also disappears, but it's been caught that it's not real. It appears real because
Yes.
it is the dream of realness, the story that this is real. But even the story that this is solid is still a story. This is 99.99% emptiness in scientific ways, but really it's just all emptiness.
Mm.
Yeah. So everything that appears, thoughts, emotions, the the woo, is all a story. It's madness, isn't it?
It's chaos.
It is. It's utter chaos. It's just complete chaos because no one knows it's free falling. It's like a roller coaster, but it's seen that it's a roller coaster. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. And then when it goes so much around the roller coaster, it's just like meh. It's like there he goes again. But the seeing of this, it's funny because people message me, not a lot, not a lot, but maybe a couple. And I showed you that Julie video, right? She's like, "What happened?" She said, "I
Mm.
had this blissful 4 days, and then I woke up one day, and the me is kind of like there." Well, the me is kind of like an Alexa or a Siri. It's always going to be there. But see that it's also imaginary. It's not really real. So it comes up
Mm.
when you're taking a shower. Did you hear that? I don't know that one. so so since everything is immediate and instant, there is no process. So everything that's appearing is just this pulsating this, but you don't even see the pulsating. It's like appearing, disappearing simultaneously. So it's like those film that you have, like an old camera. There's a light and there's kind of like a thing that goes on. So
Mm.
there's no past really. There's no programming. There's not even an oscillating. It's just a story as well. So in the story, there's a peer that the me comes back, but really it's not. It's not really there. It's just another story. So everything is emptiness. Everything is
Mm.
emptiness. Everything that you can think of, taste, hear, see, look, this is emptiness. There's nothing excluded in emptiness. Anger, fear, pain, whatever appears, chaos. It doesn't, what when it said that it does not exclude anything. Everything is allowed. Basically, it's nothing. It's really nothing appearing as chaos, anger, but for the newly kind of like dropping away, it has this apparent seeing that everything is emptiness and it's all shiny and new. But when the apparent, everything is always shiny and new
Mm.
because there's no past. All that there is this, and there's nothing outside of this. So this character, I think I told this story many times. There was this terror, and then there was this speechlessness for a month. Like, what is going on? lying down in bed and the chest was just rising up and down. I'm like, what's that? So it's madness because there's no one here. Or one time I was walking down the street and all of a sudden this it's almost like a the me story came back of kind of like saying, "Oh, you're such, are you not ashamed of all the past and everything?" I was like, and I started laughing so loud. I'm like, "Oh, Emerson," is what I said out loud, like a mad person. Like, wow. Because here is kind of like this apparently liberated being kind of like walking back, walking down the street, like looking at this beautiful glowing everything, and all of a sudden this really kind of like shrieking, kind of like, no, how about the past that you did this? I'm like, and I was just like, stop for a moment, and I was like, that's also emptiness. I'm like, oh, Emerson,
Mm.
it's just it's like Santa Claus comes every Christmas, the me comes more often.
This
It's
is a story now, but I mean,
yeah.
what seems to have been happening is the me seems to arise, and it's so close and so immediate that there's almost a belief that thought is me,
Yeah,
and then
because you know why? Because it appears and disappear at the same time. So there's no gaps, right? So there's
yes,
the emptiness and there's the me existing at the same time. There's no time.
yes.
So there's
It's noticed. I mean, the
yeah.
duration that it appears to be in time though. Do you know what I mean? Because it
Yeah,
seems to be
because
noticed
the
afterwards, and
yeah.
then it's seen as emptiness, and then it just falls apart.
Yeah, because time is this is the dream of time. And time and timelessness is appearing together. So this is time, linear time, right? The
Hmm.
seeing, the emptiness, timelessness is this. So it's
Yes.
tricky, right? It's everything is just appearing automatically, including the me. But once it's seen that it's just an appearance, it's kind of like it's almost like it's just like water off the duck's back now, right? I'm like, ah, there it is.
Mm.
Or even I had a really bad scenario that I got assaulted, and but luckily there was no Emerson. I got assaulted, if you know what I mean. Got assaulted
Yeah.
and had stitches on the back of my head. I think I told this story several times. And then I went to a restaurant. I went back maybe a couple of weeks, and I completely forgot about it because it's not sticking. So the victim services kept on calling me. They're like, "Are you okay? You want to book for a counseling?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm all right. I'm all right." Because what was seen was it didn't happen. It's like a dream. So a dream, like we use the dream analogy. So everything that
Mhm.
happens in a dream, the moment that split second that there's you wake up, although no one wakes up, and there's this silence, and then the me comes back and claims the story of the dream. That's me. It's nothing. So everything that happens doesn't happen. Nothing happens at all. So a belief that something's happening or the me that something's happening is the illusion, trying to assert the illusion of reality. So
Mm.
let me go back to the story. So here I was, kind of like all my family's concerned, but nothing stuck because it was seen like a nightmare, a dream. And it was just, there was anger, for a flash of anger. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Charge them or something, the people that beat me up. And and then nothing after that. Like, people were like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'm all right. No problem. And I almost had to almost kind of like tell the victim services, yeah, 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 I'll call you. I said, they're like, are you in denial? I'm like, maybe. But there was nothing that stuck because it's a story. So anyway, 2 weeks after, my friend goes, "Do you want to go for a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, meet me at this restaurant." And then he said, "Isn't this where you got beat up?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." So there's this ominous feeling that rose up this chest. I didn't know what it was. And my friend goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's what they call trauma." And I laughed because it's just this rising, but when it's seen that it's really nothing, it's not taken seriously. But this character in this story has been almost 4 years of seeing this.
Mm.
In the initial stages, there was kind of like, what the hell? Or,
Mm.
or, or, One time I'm like, what if I drink? What if it will it disappear if I drink? Trying all of this stuff. But no, because everything is the clarity of this is that everything that happens is a story. And that's what cannot be dislodged. That it's seen that it's an illusion. So the
So
mace
all happenings are stories.
yes, including this. Otherwise, it would be duality, right?
Yes.
So this is a dream in its entirety. Seemingly, there's a past, there's a future dream, but there's no future or past. There's even no now.
Because there's nothing happening.
Nothing happening. Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah. And it can't be understood. Nothing's happening but appearing that everything's happening, but it's not happening really. But it's also happening apparently, but not really. It's clear again, isn't it? Yeah. Nothing happens. Like in a dream, nighttime dream. Does anything happen in a nighttime dream? No.
No,
Is anyone there?
no.
Is there a me there? No. So what's the difference now?
Just a
There's no.
story.
What's that?
Just a story.
Yes. You can call it a dream, story, illusion, but it's really wordless. That's what it is. It can't really be even called that. I'm just trying to express it in languaging, but it can't really be caught in languaging again. But meaning that it doesn't exist and it exists at the same time. We don't have a word for that. It's a dream, like a dream, but awakeness at the same time. Does that make sense? A little bit?
No.
Good. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Is it clear again? Yeah. There's this basically it's emptiness. When there's this apparent, stunningness about it, it's just emptiness seeing its own emptiness.
Yes.
Resonating is a better word. Resonating is a better word. So this is just resonance. Or the intuitiveness that it's been home and keeps on thinking it's not home. What the fuck? You're looking around again. What's going on? It's like Julie at the end. She's like, "Oh, okay, leave me alone now. I'm just going to take a look at this." But
Thank
it's
you for sharing that. That was awesome.
yeah,
That's really awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. All the videos that you've put
There's
out with your one-to-ones, all blinding, absolutely blinding.
there's so many of them. I do about two, three, one-on-ones every day, two or three, sometimes four, and it's just nuts.
Wow.
It's nuts. Some of them like apparently and happens within like 3 5 minutes
Wow.
because it's so simple. There's nothing to figure out.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to talk about.
No.
No, it's done.
Oh man, you're amazing, dude.
You're amazing. It's epic though,
Cheers,
huh?
man.
Epic.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Message me again, man.
Oh, man.
It's so
Right.
clear, isn't it, huh? That everything is just a story. Everything. Everything that you can think. Everything.
Mm,
All right, Ian.
mm.
Love you, man.
I love you too, man.
All right. Okay.
Nice one, man. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Catch you soon, eh?
I'll send you this recording.